that led to a massive agitation on behalf of the Hill Party Leaders Conference to create Hill States. And life was so difficult here that Government of India appointed a commission headed by one Pathak. It is known as Pathak Commission Report. And the report led to Northeast Region Reorganization Act 1971, by which 3 new states were created and 2 new union territories were created. There was another development, another recommendation. There were 2 major recommendations of this commission, and there is a part of the act. First, constitutionally creation of Northeast Council with view to interstate infrastructure, human and physical. And that's how recently the Prime Minister has inaugurated 50 years of Northeast Council. Please keep in mind, this is the only constitutional body in this region and nowhere in other parts of the country. So this is something very serious. The second recommendation was establishment of Northeastern Hill University under the federal government in Shillong, and its mandate was given by the Parliament, socio-economic and human development of the hill region of Northeast India. That is how NEHU was created. NEHU started 1974, but sociology started 1976. And the name of the department was Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Incidentally, that was the time University Grant Commission created such 4 departments in NEHU, Central University of Hyderabad, Sambalpur University and North Bengal University. Really good. And within a decade, these 2, anthropology and sociology, got separated in 2 different departments. I will have no time and I don't want to go in detail why it happened, how it happened, but I will come to it. So when we started NEHU in the very first year, courses were read departmentally, it was debated in academic council, approved duly. It was 100% internal evaluation. Everything was fine because the Vice Chancellor, it was a small university at that time. The Vice Chancellor was available every time for any advice. Evenings were spent in dance, music, cultural programs in which the Vice Chancellor will participate. It was a very vibrant place to work with. He terminated and he goes back. The second Vice Chancellor comes in Dr. A.K. Dham, an English teacher from Jharkhand. And this gentleman came, and the first question he asked, so many tribes in Northeast, why there is no anthropology department in NEHU? And he didn't have answer because we are not supposed to answer this type of question. One day he ordered that let there be 2 departments, including my colleague Dr. Thaka. 4 of us, 4 lecturers and 2 readers were given to sociology, the main department, and one anthropologist went to anthropology department. Courses were common and there were some courses which were specific to anthropology, which anthropologists had to manage. We do not know how they did. It was executive order without approval of the Academic Council or University Grant Commission, I must say. We reached the Vice Chancellor and asked him, how do we work? He said, I've already resigned. meet with acting vice chancellor. We rushed the acting vice chancellor. He wrote it down everything. He said he will take up with the University Grant Commission and find the way out. But that gentleman was shot dead within a few months. This is the story of the department I'm telling you. Then, telephonically, the third vice chancellor was appointed, Dr. B.D. Sharma, IAS officer, who was already working in NEHU as advisor. And he came and immediately he raised a different issue that why there are two departments. Let the department be one. So we opposed, both the departments opposed it. Then he asked for a meeting presided by him, the boards of studies of sociology and anthropology together, which there was no provision for that, but he asked. And in that board, both the boards separately and jointly passed the resolution that there is no need of merger, there should be two departments. The vice chancellor came to know and he said, now I will order them to merge. So the matter ended there. Then he took the issue to the Academic Council. I think this story may be very boring to you, but this is the story of sociology in Northeast and you must know it. And I emphasize on it. So he took the issue to Academic Council and a committee was appointed, headed by Professor Dubey, and one of the other members is here already. And there was a third member who was a professor of physical anthropology from Patiala. This committee gave the report that there should be one department with 2 degrees. The issue went to the Academic Council rejected it. Academic Council said no, there are 2 departments, there should be 2 degrees, and let there be no research course. That is how sociology came to on its own leg. What happens to anthropology, this is not my problem at this stage. I'm not going to talk anything about it. Sociology started, and within no time, 4 of my colleagues went abroad on academic exchange programs. Research projects which was on hand, we published. Books were published. And at the top of it, I had honor to welcome the delegates of the All India Sociological Conference in 1967 as the head of the department. The first time the Northeast had this occasion, and within the last 35 years you have come for the 3rd time, and this is what we enjoy. Now, this is one sociology, one on its leg we started working, there was no problem, and we continued. I will not go in detail. Again, there was a distinct change in the policy of the government of India in 1990s. First, NEHU was created for the hill region, and even Arunachal Pradesh was to join NEHU, Sikkim was to join NEHU. But at that time, they took a decision that NEHU campus in Mizoram, NEHU campus in Nagaland should be created as central universities. So in 1993, this step was taken, and 2 more central universities came. Meanwhile, 2 central universities were established in Assam, as per Assam Record of 1985. Tezpur, where my colleague, panelist, Professor Sharma is sitting, and the other one, Assam University at Silchar. At both the places, sociology was introduced. And in both the universities in Assam, they started teaching sociology. By the turn of the century, all the 10 central universities in Northeast, they are teaching sociology. Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and from Assam to Mizoram. So this is the survey I have done. What have we done and what have we learned? This, I think, it is also worth knowing. When we framed the courses in sociology in Northeast, in Nehru, our first effort was to teach universal sociology, concept, theories and all that. The second concern was to teach the Indian tradition, caste system, peasantry of that. And the third level was to teach sociology of Northeast region. And here we came into the problem. There was no textbook available for the Northeast region. So we had to use colonial ethnography. And this is the first lesson, that there is no textbook on Northeast, sociology of Northeast India. Number two, most of the research students prefer to do research for MPhil or PhD on their own community, and data was collected in own and dialects of their own languages. We in sociology teach research method in MA and MPhil in the classroom. We have no tradition of field work. And that gets reflected in the quality of data when the students write their dissertations. So this is to be kept in mind. There are only 3 books I've come across, which is merely textbook. Rural Development Nagaland by A.N. Ao. The second book is written by my colleague, where some of us we have contributed. Social Change in Northeast India, aided by D.V. Kumar. And the third book by an anthropologist. And the book's name is In the Shadow of Insurgency in Nagaland. And it's a very fabulous book. It should be taught as a textbook. The certain lessons have to be drawn, that sociologists avoid studying the conflict in Northeast region. Insurgency, no sociologists want to study. It is left to journalists, it is left to historians, left to political scientists. There are conflicts at different levels. Mizoram MNF movement, some sociologists should have written. There is no textbook written by sociology or good writer, which I can teach. I should not go to history or everything at one time. What were the social factors? The region was bombarded. Villages were regrouped in Mizoram. And we feel sorry of saying all this, that what happened to society? The third lesson I learned, and we learned, and we should make a note of it. Wherever there was a formal interdisciplinary collaboration, it didn't work. Departments were very, very jealous of guarding their academic boundaries. They didn't want to share much. But if you work at the individual level, as a sociologist, I work with historians, political scientists, and anthropologists. And it was productive, because there were common interest of working for the research and publication. Lastly, friends, I appeal to you. You took decades to travel from Bombay to frontiers. Are you leaving the frontiers for the journalists, political scientists, historians? Are we not supposed to study them?
Yeah, that's the
Or do we have a distinct method of studying them? Or are we going to ethnography? Are we going to use the secondary data from the archives? Will it be the end of it? I have guided a few dozens of PhD students and MPhil students. None of them covered this. They feel shy of it.
कुछ करना
But
पड़ेगा
do we have the luxury of feeling shy of it and not confronting the real issues academically? Assam has very vigorous students movement. I know only one sociologist has done the work from JNU, Professor K.M. was a student. So, but then these movements are in every state, interstate, intrastate, across the boundaries of these things. So, I invite the younger scholars to take the challenge and fill this gap in our understanding of the region holistically. Otherwise, the Northeast region will continue to be an exotic locale for conflict, violence, and queer social practices to be photographed. And the best or worst example is Horrible Festival. For 2 days or 3 days, people go to Nagaland, get photographed, and forget about Nagas. What is happening there? And they are discussing for decades to do it. Thank you, friends. I'm running against the time. I have to rush back. My apology to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and enlightening speech. And we are unfortunate that sir will not be available to take a few questions that audience might feel like asking. But if you have, we will note it down and we will forward it to him. And once he responds, I will take the responsibility of forwarding the response back to you. That promise I make. Now, Professor Chandan, please take your own time.